everyone, it's Shannon. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I hope you will hit that subscribe button because you'll find new DIYs, tutorials, and new inspiration here every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is the absolute most favorite time of the year for me. I love decorating for fall and for Halloween, and I'm really excited because we're gonna be transforming our front porch today. And with the help of super glue, I'm gonna be showing you how to create your own really easy pumpkin topiaries that you can use indoor or out. And then I'm also gonna take you on a little tour of the porch and show you how I put it all together. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so yes, I am in my living room to create today's project, and that's for two reasons. First of all, because I need this shorter workspace because we're going to be building up, and two, just so you know, you don't have to have a designated workspace or craft area to work in. Use the space that you have available. So let me show you the different items that I have here that we're going to start working on our topiary with. All right, so of course, first you're gonna need a planter. This big urn is from Michael's and I got a really great deal on them. So you want something that's gonna be a little bit taller. That way you can stack your pumpkins on top and have a nice sturdy base for them to sit on. I also have a grapevine wreath here. There are two pumpkins. I have a larger pumpkin and a smaller pumpkin. You can do all orange if you want. I really liked the mainly black and white theme for my porch this year with a little few accents of the orange. And then for the very bottom and the base, I have this beautiful grapevine style pumpkin that actually has lights in it too. So I'm excited to turn these on tonight so I can see what it's going to look like all lit up. I also thought it'd be nice to add a little bit of greenery in there, so I have some fall style eucalyptus leaves. They're a little bit darker and I really love that they have little pine cones in the picks as well. And then we only need a couple really simple and basic items to build this whole thing and keep it together. So we're going to be using Super Glue's brand mounting tape and also Super Glue brand's Super Unix super glue. So let's go ahead and get started putting all of these items together. All right, so I'm really excited to start putting this together because as you're in the store and you're kind of making things fit together, you're just sort of stacking, and it's fun to play around with different ideas and different size pumpkins and colors. And I think I found the combination that is going to work with the theme I'm going for the front porch. So to get started, a great idea is to just use your grapevine wreath on top of your planter or your urn. Now for me, this is going to serve two different purposes. Number one, it kind of makes the space and the opening of the top of the planter a little bit smaller, so we don't have to buy gigantic pumpkins. We can buy smaller ones that are a little bit more budget friendly and start building up from there. Now the other great thing about using a wreath on top is you can remove your wreath and everything that you build up on top of it. That way you still have your planter and you can use this year round, change it out for the different seasons and holidays, and that keeps it really budget friendly as well. Now of course you can do this however you see fit. I'm gonna go ahead and put my wreath on top, and then I decided to go with 3 different size pumpkins to add to the height. And you could even do just one pumpkin, you could do multiple pumpkins, you could even use different items and put a mum in here. So there's lots of different things you can do. Now first we're going to use this larger pumpkin, the grapevine style, and we have to do a little bit of work to this because obviously we need to stack, and there's a stem in the way, there's some accessories that we don't need. So I'll be removing those, but I want to show you just how I'm going to stack these. So I have this one on the bottom. Next I'll be adding the white pumpkin and then a smaller pumpkin on the top. I brought you in a little bit closer so I can show you how I'm going to take all of this top part off. I have some snips here, and you could also use some wire cutters if you need to. And I'm just going to take off the stem, these leaves, there's some pine cones in there, and also these little curlicues. All right, so there's the top. You just want to make sure that it's flat, so our next pumpkin that sits on top has a nice resting area. I'm also going to remove the stem of the next pumpkin. And now we're going to prep our pumpkin for the top one. Now this one is styrofoam. Actually, this one is too. And this one came with a stem on the bottom, so I'm just going to cut some of the stem down so it's not so long, so that way we can add that to the very top of the white pumpkin. Here's a look at the topiary and the basic design. We need to make this all come together now and keep it from falling apart. And we're gonna be using the original Super Glue brand's mounting tape and Super Unix. The great thing about both of these is they are for indoors and for outdoors, and they're water resistant. So whether you use this inside or outside, both of these products are gonna be great. And the first thing I wanna do is use their mounting tape to attach the wicker pumpkin to our grapevine wreath for the bottom section. All right, so this mounting tape is like super duper strength. It is a permanent double-sided clear tape, and it even has a reinforced mesh in it. So I get a lot of questions how I attach things to our siding, and you could absolutely use this if you're gonna put house numbers on, if you're gonna put a mailbox on the side of your house, even if you have brick, you can use this. It is just a super duper, really strong, double-sided mounting tape. And so you want to also know that this is permanent though, so if you're going to be using it for decorations outside, I wouldn't recommend that. This I definitely want to make permanent. Here's a look at all of my mounting tape in place. I honestly probably very much overdid this because it is definitely heavy duty. I probably didn't need to do half of this, but it doesn't hurt, and there's still plenty on the roll for me to use on other projects. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and lift up my pumpkin and set it into place. All right, so this is definitely stuck on there, and I really like that you cannot barely see the tape at all since it's clear, and it sort of blends in with what's going on here already. And now we're gonna move on and add our white pumpkin to the top. I'm gonna use the Super Unix for this, so it'll be a little bit more discreet. And Super Glue's Super Unix is actually a gel, and it bonds within 10 seconds, and you can use it on any material. So it says even foam. Our pumpkin is foam, and so it's gonna bond really quickly. It's also odorless, which is a bonus. Now all I have to do is add a few drops of this onto the white pumpkin and apply it to the top of the grapevine style pumpkin. And now all we have to do is add the last pumpkin. I left this pick on here. I'm gonna put some of the Super Unix onto the pick as well as the bottom of the pumpkin to add some extra strength to it and place it into the top of the white pumpkin. And then last, I'm gonna make this for Halloween. So I have this cute little crow that I'm gonna stick on the top of the very top pumpkin here. And you could use the Super Unix to add some glue to his little feet here to make him stay permanently. I would like to use this all fall, so I'm just gonna put him in and stick him in there without glue so I can take him out after Halloween, and then I have a nice fall pumpkin topiary to use. Now I have my eucalyptus out, and I felt like there was a lot of the grapevine look going here, and I want to break that up a little bit. So I'm going to cut some of the eucalyptus apart and use my Super Unix to keep it in place. And here is the finished topiary. It turned out so beautiful. I could not be more happy with this. And I'm sure you're gonna ask me, are you gonna attach the wreath to the urn? And yeah, I think I'm gonna throw a little bit of hot glue on there just to tack it into place. It is pretty heavy though, the top of it. So if you're gonna put this in a space that doesn't have a lot of wind or weather as an issue, you'll probably be okay to just leave it sit on top of there. I do, so I think some hot glue, which I'll be able to remove and take off and use the bottom planter again, is probably the way to go for me. So that was so super quick and easy to put together, which is a good thing because I'm gonna make another one. They're gonna flank the front door, so I'm gonna make that other one and then I'll bring you guys outside to see the finished look and also to see how I add the additional accessories to the porch to bring this look all together. I also really wanted to decorate our front steps with some pumpkins and some mums, but we had this damaged step in the front that was definitely an eyesore. Luckily, the original Super Glue brand had the perfect fix for this. This is their Total Tech all-in-one heavy-duty construction grade adhesive and sealant, which is perfect for masonry, which is what we're going to be using this for. So I added some to the step itself and then also to the back of the piece that had broken off. I pressed those pieces together and then set a urn in front of it to hold it in place. It only takes 2 hours to set up and it takes 24 hours to cure. I let this sit overnight and then I came back the next day to check on it, and it was definitely nice and secure and in place. It is definitely not going anywhere. And then I was finally able to add my flowers and pumpkins to the stairs in the front to finish off the look of our fall and Halloween front porch makeover. I'm so happy with the way the porch turned out. It all really came together so beautifully. And thank you again to the Original Super Glue brand for helping bring the pumpkin topiaries to life. It made the project so much more easy and simple to put together. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I have more great DIY tutorials in the link next to me. You can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, and I'll have those linked down below. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.